In this lecture, we are going to discuss division algorithm. Division algorithm is not actually algorithm; it's a classical name. Actually, it's a theorem, right? So, in this theorem, we are not going to give any algorithm, but it's a statement, okay, regarding the division of two numbers. So, the actual statement is: let a and b be two integers with a positive. Then there exists unique integers q and r such that b equal to qa plus r and r is greater than or equal to 0 and less than a. Okay. So a b இரண்டு integer a positive எடுத்துட்டீங்கன்னா you can divide b by a. Okay, then you will get a unique quotient and remainder. That is the theorem. Quotient remainder unique கிடைக்கும். Okay, இங்க quotient என்ன remainder என்ன அப்படிங்கறது நாங்க நோட்ல எழுதுறேன். Here q is called quotient and r is called the remainder, are called the quotient and the remainder respectively. Okay, so here a is called a divisor, b is the dividend, okay, in the division. So now we will prove the result using well ordering principle. Okay, we recall the well ordering principle. Okay, so consequence of well ordering principle actually. So well ordering principle is that a set, okay, actually a non-empty set of integers greater than or equal to n has a smallest element. That is the well ordering principle. So we are going to use this okay, well ordering principle to prove, okay, q and r exist. Okay, so if we construct the set yes, then we will apply well ordering principle on the set yes. Okay. Consider the set s equal to set of all numbers b minus a k, write k here, b minus ka, that b minus ka must be non-negative number greater than or equal to 0 and k can be taken as integer. Okay, so for integer k, if b minus ka is greater than or equal to 0, then we take the integer in the set yes. First we will check whether s is non-empty or not. We know that this s is a set of integers greater than or equal to 0. If it is non-empty, then we can apply division algorithm. Okay, so we will check whether s is non-empty or not. It depends on the okay, we will show that s is non-empty, okay, according to the value of, okay, if b is greater than or equal to 0, then for the choice k equal to 0, for the choice for the integer k equal to 0, so b minus ka is simply b which is greater than or equal to 0. So this, okay, s is non-empty. Okay, this b minus ka belongs to s. Okay, so s is non-empty. Okay, when b greater than or equal to 0, we choose k equal to 0, then the number b itself is a member of s, so it is non-empty. If b is negative, suppose b is negative, then b minus k A, okay, can be chosen as greater than or equal to 0 for, okay, for the sufficiently large, okay, small, okay, sufficiently small k, okay, that is if k is equal to the same b. Here b is negative, right? If k equal to b, if we choose k equal to b, then what happen we will see for b minus k. Okay, okay, that is choose k equal to b. We know that k is less than 0, right? Equal to b. What about ka? K equal to ka equal to b a, right, which is negative, right? Not only this negative, we know a is positive, right? Choose this. We know that a is positive greater than or equal to 1, right? What about ba? B is negative number, right? B is negative, so which is less than or equal to b. Okay. So now what about the b minus ba, which is greater than or equal to 0, right? That is b minus ka, that is b minus ka, because k is nothing but b here in this case, which is greater than or equal to 0. So for the choice k equal to b, b minus ka is greater than or equal to 0. So b minus ba, that is a member of S. So in this case also S is non-empty. Okay, in this case also, S is non-empty. Therefore S is a non-empty. So we have, okay, S is a non-empty set of integers greater than or equal to 0. So we can apply well ordering principle on S. So by well ordering principle, S has a smallest element. S has a smallest element. Okay, say R. Say it is R, right? So R is a member of S, right? R is a member of S. S has a smallest element, say R. Okay, S is a member of R, that's clear, right? It's a member of R and it is smallest in S. So there exists an integer q, okay, in the place of k, such that R equal to b minus qe. Why? Because R is a member of S. Okay, structure of S we know, that is set of all elements is greater than or equal to 0. So any element of S can be written as b minus some constant integer and t, right? Multiplication e. So in the place of k, we can choose q. Okay. So whenever you choose a point in S, okay, there is a k such that the point is equal to b minus k. So for the R, okay, particularly I choose q, okay, in the place of k. Okay, so and this implies that so b equal to qa plus R. Okay, and since okay, S is a set of integers greater than or equal to greater than or equal to 0. So R is a member, okay, and R is a member of S. R is an element of S, so R is greater than or equal to 0. Okay, to complete the existence of QR, satisfying the equations and inequality. Okay, so we have proved that Q equal to B equal to QA plus R and 0 less than or equal to R. Right, so it remains to prove R less than A. Okay, so to complete the existence proof, okay, we prove that R is less than E. Suppose not, that is, if R is not less than A, then R is greater than or equal to E. Okay, and given that A is greater than 0, given that A is greater than 0, so R minus A is strictly less than R. That's it. Okay, this I take as equation number 1. R is a okay, R minus A is strictly less than R, because we have subtracted, okay, A from R. R in the A கழிச்சிட்டோம்னா first number கழிக்கும்போது சின்னதாயிடும். Okay, and so what about R minus A? Okay, this the relation between R and A is R is greater than or equal to A, that is assumed, so R minus A is greater than or equal to 0, and you write the R minus A. Okay, now R minus A is written as B minus QA minus E, right? So because R is B minus QA, so B minus Q plus 1A. So R is in the form B minus some constant times E. Okay, here K is the choice, Q minus, so R minus A is a member of S, because it is non-negative and it's in the form B minus K. Here K is Q plus 1, right? So R minus, so what we have in our hand is that R minus A is less than R and it's a member of S. Okay, it's a contradiction. Okay, this is a okay, which contradicts. Why we have contradiction? That R is the smallest number in S, but here R minus A is a number strictly less than R, it belongs to. Okay, so this is a contradiction to the definition of R, right? Contradiction to the, okay, fact that R is the smallest element in S. Therefore, okay, R should not be greater than or equal to A. So it's R less than A. Therefore, R less than A. Okay, so far we have proved that there exist integers Q and R such that B equal to QA plus R and 0 less than or equal to R less than A. Okay, so in existence part is proved. Okay, now it remains to prove that QR are unique. It remains to prove that. Q and R are unique. Okay, existence of QR prove பண்ணிட்டோம். The Q are unique integers னு prove பண்ணோம். யூசுவலாக யூனிக் இன்டிஜர்னு ப்ரூவ் பண்ணுறதுக்கு இன்னொரு பேர் எடுத்துகிட்டு அது இதோட ஈக்குவல் அப்படின்னு நம்ம சொல்லுவோம். ஓகே, சப்போஸ் that Q1 and R1 are two integers. satisfying b equal to q1a plus r1 and 0 less than or equal to r1 less than e. Okay, already we have q, okay, satisfying b equal to qa plus r, this, right? So this set is equation 2 and this set is equation 3. This set is 3, right? So first we prove that r equal to r1. Okay, suppose r is not equal to r1, then by the law of trichotomy r is strictly less than r1 or r is greater than r1. Okay, so first we assume that r is less than r1, right? Which implies that immediately r1 minus r is greater than 0. It's a positive number. So okay, r satisfies the inequality 0 less than or equal to r less than a and 0 less than or equal to r1 less than a. Okay, which implies that r1 minus a less than a. Okay, so we use this part of inequality and left of 0 less than or equal to r, r1 less than a, right? So we combine these two inequalities. Okay, 0 less than or equal to r, right? From this minus r less than or equal to 0, and we have r1 less than e. Okay, so add from these two things, r1 minus r is less than or equal to strictly less than, right? Strictly less than e, because we have added negative, okay, negative number, non-negative number, so it will become further smaller. So therefore 0 less than r1 minus r less than e. Okay, it's a positive number less than e. Okay, now from 2 and 3, what are 2 and 3? In 2 we have b equal to, in 2 we have b equal to qa plus r. In 3 we have b equal to q1a plus r1. So you can equate both equations. So we get, okay, qa plus r equal to b equal to q1a plus r1. Okay, so qa plus r is equal to q1a plus r1. Okay, so now we write qa minus q1a equal to r1 minus r. We take the a outside, this q minus q1 into a equal to r1 minus r. Okay, in the place of m I have q minus q1, which implies a divides r1 minus r. Since a greater than 0 and r1 minus r is greater than 0, so a divides r1 minus r, so a less than or equal to r1 minus r. So divisor is smaller by the property of divisibility, but here we have r1 minus r less than a, which is contradiction. Okay, this contradicts inequality 4. Therefore r, okay, our starting assumption is r less than r1. Okay, if we assume r less than r1, we get a contradiction. Therefore r cannot be less than r1. Similarly we can prove that, so r வந்து r1 ஓட ஸ்மாலராக இருக்காது. நம்ம அசம்ஷனுக்கு அகேன்ஸ்டாக கான்ட்ரடிக்ஷன் இருக்கு. So if we assume r less than r1, we get a contradiction, right? This contradicts 4. Okay, so r1 r2 both are reminders. Yeah, ரிமைண்டர் பிளேஸில் தான் இருக்குது. அதனால் தெர் இஸ் நோ செப்பரேட் ப்ராப்பர்ட்டி ஃபார் ப்ரையாரிட்டி ஃபார் R1 ஆர் R2. அதனால் R1 பிளேஸில் R இருந்தால் R பிளேஸில் R1 பிளேஸஸை ஸ்வாப் பண்ணிட்டீங்கன்னா என்ன கிடைக்குன்னா R1 cannot be less than R1. ஸோ சிமிலர்லி we can prove that R1 cannot be less than R. So R less than R1 இருக்காது, R1 less than R. So conclusion, R equal to R1. Right? So finally we prove that Q equal to Q1. Okay, from 2 and 3 again. Okay, equating 2 and 3, we have QA plus R equal to Q1A plus R1. We have proved that R equal to R1. So we can cancel R from this. Okay. Q1A plus R, because R equal to R1. So R1 is replaced by R. So cancel this R with this, and we have QA equal to Q1A. A is greater than 0 implies that cancel A. Cancel A on both sides. We have Q equal to Q1. So therefore we have proved that Q and R are unique. So hence, so there exist unique Q and R satisfying B equal to QA plus R and 0 less than or equal to R less than E. So remainder quotient are unique in the division of B and E. So பொதுவாக யூஸ்வலாக நம்ம என்ன டிவிஷன் யூஸ் பண்ணியிருக்கோம்னா, ஒரு பாசிட்டிவ் நம்பர் இன்னொரு பாசிட்டிவ் நம்பரால் டிவைட் பண்ணுறதுக்கு யூஸ் பண்ணியிருக்கோம் டிவிஷன் அல்காரிதம். ரைட், சப்போஸ் B equal to 52 and A equal to 7, then we can easily divide 52 by 7 to find out quotient and remainder. So in this case, here what is a quotient and remainder? Here quotient Q equal to 9, remainder is 3. Right, sorry, quotient is 7, right? Quotient 7, remainder 3. Okay, suppose if first example, suppose we have a negative dividend and a positive divisor. Okay, for example, I take B equal to 24, right, minus 24, and A is 5. Now can you find the quotient and remainder? Usually if both numbers are positive, you can directly divide, right? If B is negative and A is positive, then what happened to the, okay, can we find quotient remainder? We must remember that the Q and R must satisfy QR satisfy B equal to QA plus R, and the R must be non-negative and less than E, right? So how do you achieve this QR is the following. Okay, the technique is very simple. First we, okay, divide 24 and find QR, right? If we divide 24 by 5, so 5 times 5 plus 4. Okay, so here Q is 5, the remainder is 4. Okay, so if I multiply minus 1 throughout this equation, we have minus 24 equal to minus 5 times 5. So in the place of Q we have, okay, minus 5 here. So this is not actual remainder quotient, so this I will not take. Minus 4. Okay, here we have in the place of R I have minus 4. Minus 4 is less than 0, so that should not be should not be taken as a remainder. So we got to have a number, okay, which is less than or equal to or less than 5. So So you have to choose, okay, either 0 or 1 or 2 or 3 or okay, any one of the number from, okay, 0 1 2 3 4 must be in the place of remainder. So for that what we are going to do is, so we are going to add and subtract 5 here. Okay, so minus 5 into 5, so minus 4 plus 5 minus 5. Okay. If I add this minus 4 with the 5, I have plus 1, right? So this is equal to, so minus 5 can be taken here, right? So minus 5 times 5, right, product, okay, plus 1 here, plus minus 1 times 5 I write for the clarity. Okay, from the first and last term, from this term and this term, okay, we have minus 6 into 5 plus 1. Now in the place of r we have 1. So in this division, right, quotient is minus 6, remainder is 1. Okay, so while dividing 24 by 5, we started with the divisor, okay, we started with the quotient 5 and the remainder 4, but you have reached here like this. Okay, okay, so in general, how do you find the quotient remainder when the dividend is negative? If b is negative, okay, then what will happen, we will see. Okay, general procedure for division of negative number by positive number. Okay, before writing this, we will take one more example of negative number. Third example, suppose, so b is 24 and a is 4, right, minus 24 I take in the place, minus 24. If I take 24, okay, if I divide 24 by 4, okay, this is exactly dividing this, right? 6 times 4 plus 0 is the remainder, right? Multiply minus 1 throughout this equation, we have minus 24 equal to minus 6 into 4 plus 0, minus 0 plus 0. So here quotient is minus 6 and the remainder is 0. So when remainder is 0, okay, so we compare the quotient remainder of 24 and 4 and the quotient remainder of minus 24 and 4. Okay, we usually divide 24 by 4. If the remainder, okay, is 0, then the negative of the quotient is actual negative of minus 24 and 4. Okay, so we write the procedure based on the above two examples. If b is negative, then we take c equal to minus b, then c is positive. We apply the usual division process to find quotient and remainder for the division of c by e, right? So 0 less than or equal to r naught less than e. Q naught is quotient, right? Quotient not in the division of b and a, it's a quotient of c and e. To quotient of the division, c by e, c by e. But we need quotient while dividing b by e, right? So we take the, okay, based on the remainder we take two cases. First case, suppose r is 0, r naught is 0, then suppose that r naught is 0, right, then the equation become q equal to q naught a. Okay, multiplying minus 1 on both sides is minus c minus q naught times e. Minus e is b, so we have minus q naught into a, so remainder is 0. Okay, so here quotient is minus q naught. What is that q naught? Q naught is the okay, quotient of the division C by A, and remainder is same as R naught. So here quotient Q equal to Q naught, quotient Q equal to Q naught, and the remainder Q minus Q naught, and the remainder R equal to R naught itself when R naught is 0, right? Suppose that R naught is non-zero, that is positive, then we consider okay, the equation C Q naught A plus R naught. C equal to Q naught A plus R naught. You multiply minus 1 on both sides. Okay, multiply minus 1 on both sides on this equation. We have minus C naught equal to minus Q naught A plus minus R naught, that's minus R naught. Okay, so in this equation, so minus Q naught minus 1 I take into A. Here minus, okay, minus 1 is added, so A will be added to equalize that, right? So A is subtracted and added. Subtraction of A is, okay, combined with the minus Q naught. Addition is taken here. Okay, so here B equal to minus Q naught plus 1 into A plus A minus R naught. Okay, so here Q is taken as minus Q naught plus 1, right? And R is A minus R naught. Okay, and we have B equal to QA plus R. Okay, if R is a remainder, then it must satisfy this following. Okay, 0 less than or equal to R less than A. Now we will check this. Okay, but we know that R is less than A. Okay, we know that R naught is less than A. Okay, implies, and which is strictly greater than, right? Strictly greater. R naught is strictly greater because we are discussing the case R naught non-zero. Okay, then minus A less than minus R naught less than A. If we add A in both sides, 0 less than A minus R naught less than A. So implies 0 less than or less than A. Therefore R is the remainder. Okay, when R is remainder, corresponding Q is, and the corresponding Q is quotient. Okay, that's all the division algorithm and okay, procedure for finding quotient remainder of negative Q, B and positive A. Okay, so if we stop with the modified division algorithm. Okay, so modified division algorithm is the following. Okay, suppose let's suppose A and B integers, right? So here we are not assuming A positive. Okay, divisor can maybe taken as non-zero. Okay, this is non-zero, not positive, it's non-zero. Then there exists unique quotient and remainder. Unique quotient Q and remainder R, right? Such that, okay, otherwise we can write we do not write a remainder, so we are not calling this as a remainder or quotient. They are actually unique integers Q and R such that B equal to QA plus R, and R is less than or okay, R is greater than or equal to 0 and less than mod A. Okay, so where what is mod A here? Mod A is the number Okay, so a if a is greater than 0, minus a if a less than 0. So mod a is a number greater than 0 when a is non-zero. Okay, so this number is r, here also r is called, okay, reminder.